Uh, Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. So I can see a couple of people joined in. Hey, hello everyone. Hope you are doing. You guys are doing well. Everything is gonna good on your side. I'm just before we kick in, starting and going on the demo part. Just want to have a basic 2-3-5 minutes chit chat to have a comfort defined so that everyone can speak. It is not going to be one-on-one session or it is not going to be a multicast session where I'll be speaking and you guys will be listening, or not even a broadcast where you guys would just end up listening to a lot of stuff and about what is going to get offered. So a basic about first of all, I would say congratulations. You are into the demo lecture of CCNP Enterprise. So I believe I'm having this understanding that you are having some understanding of networks as a part. Either you guys are working or you guys are freshers, but interested to jump into this specific course of or the specific field of networks. So first of all, very much congratulations to everyone. We'll be talking about, I want to know every one of you, what you guys are doing, what is your daily job, whether you're a student or you're working. If you're working, how many number of years of experience you hold, what is your motivation to go for a CCNP enterprise. But starting with that, we'll be starting now. I believe, who's there from networking? Is it Gaurav?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, Gaurav.
Gaurav, so we good to go now?
Yeah, good to go.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
So hello and again, welcome everyone to today's demo lecture. We are not going to talk about any of the technicalities. We are going to only see about what are the things we are going to, we are ideally will be covering in our CCNP enterprise curriculum, or, from an industry approach, as well as whatever has been given in the curriculum, how we can merge them and bring out the best for you guys. So starting with that, not really good with presentation, but a quick intro about me. Myself, Sumit. I am ex-Cisco TAC. I have worked with Cisco TAC as an escalation engineer for some of the technologies like VXLAN. From routing's perspective, I have worked on EHRP, OSPF, MPLS, BGP, L3 VPNs, and currently I'm working with one of the financial institutions from Europe, where I'm working as an escalation engineer. My total number of experience holds, or I'm having an experience of more than 10 years in different fields like design, implementation, NOC, TAC, field. I have done probably till now everything except product development in terms of coding and sales. I have worked with manufacturing plants, banks, service providers, other kind of enterprises. So that gives me an additional advantage from an understanding perspective on how ideally things work from different domains in the networks. That is about me in a short. We will be talking about you guys who are going to be in the limelight and learn new things here. So can we have a quick intro, like starting from, I'm going to take the names, I'm not going to be hesitant. This is going to go on till whenever we start with our CCNP enterprise first lecture till the last lecture. So starting with Bhupendra, mind introducing yourself? No, don't hesitate, that's fine. This is a good way you can bring, you can get out of the fear of talking. Not sure, Bhupendra, are you able to listen to me? Cool. Okay. We'll come back to Bhupendra again. Is it my apologies if I'm taking the name wrong? Is it Camera or Kamara or something different, or is it Keith?
It's Keith.
Hey Keith, sorry, your first name is popping up as CAMARA. So Keith,
Yeah,
how are
Kamara.
you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Like a brief intro. What do you do? Where are you located? What are your
So,
aspirations?
I'm located in Rwanda, and I'm a student. But sometimes I do some different kind of jobs. It depends. Yeah, my motivation is that I really love networking. So about how I use my Cisco.
Mhm.
So that's why I was interested in networkings. Yeah,
Cool. So I hope you're already having an understanding of basics of CCNA, how things work, subnetting, ACL, static routing, default routing, and all those things.
yeah, not really 100%, but yeah,
That's fine.
it's
That's
okay.
fine. Not to worry. Not to worry. Thank you.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
is next is Faizan? Cool. Mm, who wants to go next? Xavier, can you hear me? Probably he's still settling down, just joined in. Meenakshi.
I can hear you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Sir, I'm a fresher, like just graduated. I've completed my bachelor's in computer science and engineering, and I've taken a few courses on CCNA, MCSE, and Linux server administration. And I'm looking to step into networking.
Nice. From where you completed your BSc?
Sir, bachelor's from Hyderabad,
Okay, cool. So first of
JNUH.
all, my name is Sumit and you will call me Sumit. I'm not sir. Okay, so let's keep it simple. I am Sumit and that is the best way you can call me out. You can speak to Goro or anyone in networkings and you just have to tell my name. Good decision. Probably at your age, I was even clueless what I wanted to even do in the life.
Yes.
So that is a very good part.
Actually, I was very interested in this. Like, I had a few subjects about networking and cybersecurity. Like, there were a few cryptography subjects. So I was very much into that security stuff and networking stuff. So I decided that I'll take up CCNA.
You have already done your CCNA?
Yes, sir. I've completed my CCNA and I've completed Linux server administration and Windows server administration. So I'm just looking for jobs right now, but I'm not finding that correct opportunities or I'm confused like what should I do right now. So that's what I thought that I'll come here, I'll talk to you people or regarding the other courses I can take up, firewalls or anything. That's why I'm here.
Perfect. You are very much, aware about the requirements that you need to have as a fresher whenever you're starting for a job. So good, keep it up. We'll talk about it in depth later, or maybe we can
Yes.
connect.
Okay.
Yeah, Xavier. Yeah. If you can hear just a quick intro, we are just trying to understand what is who is going to be the audience. If you guys are going to get enrolled, I just want to know from where I have to start in terms of teaching.
Yeah, well, I'm currently in the network engineering batch right now. But just a little bit of background for me. I've pretty much taken the CCNA already. I took it back in April. But I've taken also the CompTIA stuff, the networking plus the security plus. But I definitely like how you all teach your courses, and it's always good to go back and do a refresher. Matter of fact, when I took the CCNA and I joined you all's networking batch, there was so much stuff that I learned more in your sessions than I did in my previous training. So I definitely think I found a home as far as training, retraining, and I want to continue on my path as far as doing network engineering. I mean, it's so interesting to get into. I just don't know exactly which path to stay on, but definitely the courses that you all provide is something that I'm going to stick with, and hopefully, if I have enough money, I'll try to take as many courses that you all provide.
I'm trying to give. I'll try to give my 100%. So you're currently working somewhere, or you're full time studying?
I'm currently working somewhere right now, but I'm still looking for better opportunities. But like I said, with you all's training that I've been taking within the CCNA, there's so much stuff that I've learned more and have actually can apply it to work. So I think I'm definitely on the right path as far as joining you all session, but I definitely is more hungry and more interested into learning more into CCNA and even CCNP.
Cool. I hope I'll see you, once we are done and we are going to start with CCNP Enterprise. I hope to see you around because there will be a lot for me to learn from you from network engineering's perspective.
Oh, no problem. I think we can all learn from each other. So I'm definitely excited.
Absolutely. Let's hope to see on the other side of the grass sooner, probably in a week.
Yes, sir.
Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah. Arthur, mind a quick intro? Apologies if I've taken your name in a wrong pronunciation.
Hello.
Yep.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yep, you're audible.
Okay, sir. Actually, I was working for McDowell Company Limited, which was owned by Vijay Malia. And I quit my job in the year 2016. And after that, I have done BSc in Computer Science, which was completed in
Nice.
the year 2020. And now I am pursuing MCA, which will complete in the year December 2022.
22. So you're on the very much right path. So see, this is the difference of 10 years down. When I did my engineering in 2011, I was clueless. I had no clue what I wanted to do even in my life. So after I completed engineering, someone told me that every electronics and telecommunication guy do CCNA, and that was the sole purpose I opted for a CCNA curriculum. So very much congratulations, you're on the right path. Probably down the line in 6 months you will be ready for the job. You're already having the understanding of CCNA, I believe.
A little bit.
Okay, cool. That should be
I have an idea of computer networking, about switches and firewall, a little bit about switches, routers, how a router works, and how WLC connects with the network. A little bit idea of those things.
Cool. Not a bad one. Considering that you don't have a real life experience because you are still studying, knowing about firewalls, specifically about WLC, it is a big thing. So keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Karthik, you're not audible.
Yeah, I'm audible, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yep. Feel free to go.
No, I don't have any questions.
Still not audible.
I don't have any questions now. I recently joined the networking part.
This is moreover about just an intro. What do you do?
Okay.
You're working somewhere. A quick intro on what just making this environment better for us.
Yes, sure, sir. Currently, I'm working in Concentrix as a representative operations. So recently, I joined this company.
And what is your motivation to go for CCNP Enterprise?
Yes, my right now my motivation is to become a network engineer completely because I'm just stepping into the network field. So as I can see the regular rapid information and the growth in the IT industry. So I just wanted to step into the IT field. So I chose this one.
Cool. Congratulations. Yep. Emmanuel. Emmanuel, can you hear me? Okay, Mohammed Fasid. Mushtaq Ali. This is about introducing yourself, Nothing else apart from this. Nagraj, Nevnath, Sandeep. No one wants to talk? Shiveen Kumar.
Yeah,
Okay.
hi
Hey,
sir.
Sandeep.
Hi. I am currently working as a self-employed
Nice.
as a desktop support engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Because my networking vision not clear, so
Listen.
I like research CCNA and CCNP courses.
Nice. So you have already done your CCNA?
Not done CCNA.
Okay. Okay. So I believe Gaurav will be helping you out with respect to CCNA if you really have no clarity on how exactly the things are.
Today is a demo session and we invite all of the people who's looking for guidance or something. So I think let's just jump into to the topics or the introduction about CCNA, CCNP. And once we are gonna add with the proper classes, of course, we can discuss about the one by one person. Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to, take further time on this one, but starting with what is CCNP enterprise? What do you guys think? What is ideally CCNP enterprise, or what are the things that we are going to concentrate? Because enterprise is a wholesome of lot of things. It have a dedicated wireless session, or it have a dedicated curriculum on wireless. It is having a dedicated curriculum on SD-WAN. It is having a dedicated curriculum even on DevNet, which is from a coding perspective as an automation. But what we are going to concentrate here is about NCore and NRC. So when we speak about CCNP enterprise, there are two terms which are important to understand. One, how exactly the whole industry has been divided. For me, it is very simple. One, service provider, and second one is enterprise. Anything except service provider, any of the service provider you can take as a name, Airtel, if you're talking about out of India, level 3, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, all these are service providers, and all the companies or all the corporates except these are your enterprise networks. Now your enterprise network deployments are quite different as compared to how service provider network is deployed, and that is the reason there is a dedicated curriculum on CCNP enterprise which gives you the broader and deeper aspects of only enterprise networks. Enterprise networks needs to have firewalls, wired network, wireless network, proxies, they have a dedicated data centers and all those things. So within CCNP enterprise, we talk about NCore and NRC. Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when we talk about NCore, NCore basically concentrates on implementing, troubleshooting, and understanding of wired and wireless networks. Everyone is having Wi-Fi at home. That is your wireless network. Everyone is having wired network in your office. Whenever you are connecting a LAN network, that is basically your dedicated wired network. Now, NCore is going to dedicatedly talk about these specific terms, whereas NRC speaks about the routing technologies. Now, when I say routing, it means how exactly the packets are routed from one place to another place, or from one source to destination. So these are the two major technologies, or these are the two major parts which ideally we will be covering in this curriculum of CCNP enterprise from this batch perspective. I'll be talking about in depth on NCore and NRC, what are the details we will be covering. But before that, if we move further, how do you exactly learn, or how exactly you're going to learn whenever you enroll? First, it is going to be theory. When I say theory, you need to understand how things work. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if it is a VLAN, how exactly VLAN works, you need to understand all that part. For that, the first part, what we are going to cover is the theory, after which we'll be doing the labs. Third thing, fourth and fifth thing. Third thing, packet walks. Why do I personally prefer to do packet walks? Is basically from the perspective of you should be able to visualize when a packet moves from source to destination, how exactly it moves. and that helps you to understand the packet flow in and out. And this is very much important from your implementation perspective, from your design perspective, as well as from your troubleshooting perspective, plus interview approach. Because maximum good quality interviews, they always talk about packet walks. Packet captures, I tend to do packet captures. When I say packet captures, we ideally do the packet captures in the labs, or we just pick it from Google depending on the situation, and I try to show so that students are able to visualize how exactly the packet looks like from TCP/IP protocol suite or OSI layers perspective. Production network troubleshooting example and approaches. Why I have added this? Because of the number of years of experience what I hold, the cases what I have worked on. So when I worked with Cisco tag, that time probably I worked for more than 3,000 plus cases. Except that I have been working for past 10 years into different domains. So that is a value addition from my side on how exactly you should be resolving some kind of problem, how exactly you should be planning to do the implementation. We talk about, when I say production network, it means we speak about real life problems, whatever I face, or if any of the student who is facing a problem in their real life or in their office work, we tend to discuss it. Considering the most important fact, no data leakage is done. Mind my word. So whenever we say, we just think about a topology, we take random IPs just to understand the flow and we discuss it. And same thing is done, from my side, from an explanation perspective, it can be done very easily. It's not a big problem. This is going to be the approach what you will have whenever you will be learning with us. Now, what ideally student should do? First of all, consistency. Why I say consistency? You start a batch, you should not get bored. You should be joining it every day. That's where the whole consistency matters. Your lecture is going to be Monday to Friday. You should be making sure your attendance. That is where the second part comes in, which is equal to attendance. Your attendance should be 100%. Again, no one is going to track it. No one is going to ask why you did not join the class. Everyone sitting over in this live lecture, I know I'm live everywhere. You guys are quite mature enough. It is for your own benefit. So unless there is some extreme emergency, you should not be avoiding the, you should not be avoiding the lectures, or you should not be missing the lectures. What is a formula to study that I have observed, I have done till now? If your lecture is of 1 hour, you should be studying for 2 hours every day. That's how you should be managing your preparations, so that within the time of 3 months or 4 months, probably whenever we are done with our enterprise curriculum, which is core and NRC, you will be well prepared with whatever we have studied. Now, why I have given 1 hour class equal to 2 hour study? Because 1 hour is only to watch the video, but 1 hour extra is to grasp the things plus practice them in the lab, so that you don't have to spend extra time on it. So mentally you should be prepared with this specific things. I believe Athar, guys, can you hear me? I guess Athar is having some problem.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can't. I'm troubled. You are not audible to me, and screen is not visible.
Is it only for you, Athar, or is it for other people too? What about Gaurav and other people?
We can see your screen, and the voice is
I
also.
have no problem with the audio. It's clear for me.
It's clear, right? So I believe, Athar, you have to rejoin or something. Okay, cool. Now I'll be talking about in depth about what we are going to do under CCNP Enterprise. First of all, who should be doing CCNP Enterprise, or what are the prerequisites for them? If you know OSI model, if you know TCP versus TCP, UDP, ICMPR, subnetting, most important thing, telnet, static routing, default routing, ACLs, that should be enough for you to start with your CCNP. CCNA gives you the overview for sure about routing, or how exactly the switching works, how exactly the packet flow works. how exactly the switch behaves, but that's where we are going to add the extra value addition in terms of going in depth by even starting with the interval and routing, or clearing out a very basic concepts of broadcast domain. That is a granularity what we try to cover in our curriculum, which ideally is not expected in CCNP. So even if you have an understanding of this, it should be good. But whatever is written in prerequisite, you should be very much clear about them. When talking about second point, which is enterprise curriculum. Now, as I said, it is basically divided into two parts, which is core exam and concentration exam. Core exam is your NCore, whereas concentration exam is having, as I said earlier, there are dedicated parts in it. NRC, SD-WAN, which is SDWI, ENSLD, ENWSLD, WLSI, and automation. Now, if we talk about in depth, first one is NRC, which is advanced routing and services. Now, what we are going to ideally cover in this one is NCore as well as NRC. And for me, if you ask me personally, these are the mother and father of your whole routing base. Routing and switching, in a plain language, this is your routing and switching. And if you know routing and switching, the rest of the things are quite easy to understand. So try to make your base as strong as possible. Apart from that, SD-WAN is a dedicated booming solution going on. There is a different dedicated batch for SD-WAN who is looking out to learn in depth about SD-WAN. Wireless, whoever is dedicatedly working as a wireless, they can go for enterprise wireless network design, who wants to, or even enterprise wireless network implementations. There are two different approaches in it. One is from implementation perspective, other one is from design approach. Last but not the least, the automation part. Considering the fact that our networks are growing, automation is growing, or automation is highly required. Manual job needs to be removed. So for that, there is a dedicated curriculum for automation, and I believe Gaurav can provide you the more details about rest of the things. I will be majorly talking on NCore and NRC.
Yes, and rest, we have an automation. We guys are providing SD-WAN. We have a batches and NCore and NRC. However, Sumit is going to deliver the same.
Yeah. So talking about details about the curriculum in NCore, we are going to talk about spanning tree. We are going to talk about VLANs, inter-VLANs, broadcast domains, ether channels, first of redundancy protocols, which are HSRP, VRRP. We are going to speak about in-depth multicast, QoS, wireless, VXLAN. If someone of you is ideally working on VXLAN or any of the flavors in VXLAN, it is going to be helpful for you. NAT, PAT, ACL, overviews in SD-WAN, SD access. This is going to be your NCore curriculum. Whereas for NRC, it is going to be purely routing. It is going to be EIGRP. It is going to be OSPF in depth. It is going to be BGP in depth, DMVPN in depth, IPsec in depth, and MPLS-L3 VPN in depth. Now, whenever we talk about this, the approach, how we are going to do is, I have already shown you earlier. It is going to be labs. It is going to be theory, labs, packet walks, packet captures, real-time examples. Any kind of doubts?
I have a doubt.
Sure.
We are going to touch also in the automation part, DNA center, right?
I believe yes. Though I have forgot to add it here, but it is expected to be covered. I need to re-verify it with Gaurav once again. Gaurav can provide more details on the DNA automation.
Okay, yes, because in the exam curriculum it's present that part.
It is given.
Yep. I have one more question. As networking kings are going to have batches for automation for enterprise solutions? Or
Yeah. There is a dedicated batch for that. Gaurav, please provide all the required details to Alex with respect to automation for enterprise solutions.
Yes. So basically, we have one batch that is Python for network engineer, that how to automate the SD-WAN through Python scripts. So it's a part of that. So I'll share the details after the session, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you going to cover these all concentration exam topics in this course?
No, this is going to only cover NCore and NRC.
Okay. Okay.
Out of concentration, we are going to concentrate only on advanced routing and services. For rest, there are dedicated batches going on.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
These are the two what we will be covering here. Yep. Any other details? Any other doubts? Feel free to ask anything.
Yes, it's me, Alex.
Yep.
For the wireless topic, how we are going to approach the labs, because it's kind of difficult to get some gear.
So ideally, from controllers and all those perspective, it is not possible to keep it and emulate. That's why packet tracer is
Yes.
used to cover up the requirements from NCore perspective.
Yeah, from Encore's perspective, it's not so in depth, right? We could do it in packet tracer.
Sorry, I could not hear you. Yeah, it is going to be packet tracer. And for WLC perspective, if you want to see the WLC in depth, we can do it in emulators without the access points. So, from a perspective of understanding how exactly the GUI looks like, that can be covered under a dedicated emulator, which is on EVNG. You can deploy the real-time WLC image.
Yeah. Okay. Could be. Thank you.
Yeah, but anyone else? Albert, Alexis have already asked questions. Cool. Should I consider that as, no doubts at all? Or you guys are having any kind of confusion on how to proceed further, what to choose, how to choose? Feel free to ask. It is not only about CCNP enterprise, it is moreover about giving the clear idea on how you can choose your path. So feel free to ask. Whatever experience I have gathered till now, I'm happy to share.
Is it necessary to, pursue for a global certification after doing this
No,
course?
no. Your knowledge is more than enough to be believed. That is my personal approach. Again, everyone is having a different perspective about this, because when I started with Cisco, I was not even CCNA certified.
Okay.
So if your knowledge is more than enough, certification is just a value addition, not a mandatory requirement. Yeah, some company do ask for some kind of certification, like you should be CCNP certified, but that again depends on company to company.
Okay.
Sir,
Yep.
sir, as a fresher, how do we step into networking? Like, this is my question.
How do you step into networks? So first of all, to be frank, let me give you the idea about networks. Ideally, networks has been divided into different domains.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
One is enterprise and service provider. That is from how verticals we are talking about. But from a job profiles perspective, I can think of one is sales, one is a product development, where you actually go and sit with vendors. Or when I say work with vendors like Cisco, Arista, Juniper, and you work as a product developer or as a software developer in a network company. That is the second approach. Third one is a troubleshooting or as a support engineer. Again, then after that, it is an implementation. And then design is the last option. That's what I have observed. And then there are very new things coming up, like audits, product integrations, and QAs, quality analyst, I believe is what they call it, where they validate how exactly your product is after the product is being developed, the development has been done. Now, if you ask me if you are sitting in India or if your location is India, ideally the best way to start with is a network support where you can start working as an L1 engineer at first and then eventually grow and move into either implementation down the line in 4 or 5 years, or or go with design after that. Or if you are very much interested into sales, then again the path you can choose is from here. But majorly, whatever people I know or whatever are my contacts, majorly I have seen that maximum people always start their career into networks from support. So if you want to start with that, work as an L1 engineer. That is the most, ground reality where you will understand how exactly the things work. When I say how exactly the things work, it means L1 engineer job is something which helps you to become a very good multitasker. Your coordination becomes too good because you are coordinating with vendors, you are coordinating with service providers, or you are coordinating with on staff or on ground hands and feet support. So this is where your L1 job ideally helps you to do all these things. So if you ask me, you can think of to start with from CCNA you have already done, you can go for CCNP. But again, some amount of experience is always required. That's why after completing CCNP, start as an L1, and then you can eventually go further and explore the opportunities what you get.
Hi, Smith.
Helvet.
Actually, currently I'm working as a working in transmission profile only as a telecom field. So already I around having 8 years of experience. So is a telecom transmission not in a switching routing. It's a using
I know.
multiplexer.
Multiplexer, yes.
Multiplexer. Yes.
Yes.
So as per the current situation, I'd like to move the IP profile. So already I am CCNA certified. But I'm thinking to move IP, but they're expecting experience. So even though I'm having the theoretical knowledge, whatever lab experience, whatever having, so they're expecting the hands-on experience on the interview. So how I can move to IP from the time?
So it is always about, in such situation, ideally IJPs are the best what ideally work. When I say IJP, it means whatever company you are working, they will surely have a IP profiles with them. Ideally, you should be, ideally, when I say ideally, it means theoretically you should be moving through that path. Second, you can complete your CCNP, show the certifications which may give extra confidence. So a situation like you, I believe someone else earlier asked me if the certification is mandatory, global certification is mandatory for after completing the course. Now, for a situation like you, I will suggest you to go for a certification. Again, that is my perspective. Reason being, you are already having 8 years of experience, but no hands-on,
Yes, and also
practical knowledge.
yes, and also I reach some CTC level. So when I go to IP level, they're considered as a fresher only.
Exactly. So that is where you have to think in a smartest way on how you can bring your uh, ideally try to move as a step one. Ideally try to move internally from transmission profile to IP profile, and then think about, or second option is to go for CCNP certification, and then maybe out of 10, I can't give you surety. Again, this again totally depends on company to company, where what they are looking for. Maybe sometimes your interview is good, if a hiring manager likes you,
yes,
if they see the potential, they are good to go. The most important thing what I have observed is the potential. So when I started, currently I'm working as an escalation engineer, and when I started working as an escalation engineer, my total number of years of experience was 6. Now, ideally, for 6 years of experience, they consider L2 to be the ideal level. But because of the potential, what ideally hiring manager sees in you, that is the reason where you always get an exceptional path. So go for, personally, if you ask me, go for CCNP enterprise, complete the curriculum, do the certification, and then start applying for the jobs.
Okay.
And
Okay, thank
maybe, maybe, you can speak to Gaurav on this, and Gaurav can patch me in with you to discuss more in depth about how we can bring you up to the speed with respect to that. Okay, Gaurav, just help to connect with this person, Albert.
Sure, no problem.
Actually, I'm also receiving some calls from the network things, but due to some issues, I couldn't join the course. So it's getting delayed.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No, it is not about that. Probably, just some sort of guidance what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, Keith, feel free to ask.
Yeah, sure.
I had what about for some guys who are guys?
Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat?
I said, what about for some people who are IT technicians? Is it advisable for them to go in deep about advanced routing on services, or it's just?
So, if you ask me, it is not about IT technician. It is about what are your aspirations.
Yeah, okay.
It is all about aspiration, and the knowledge is something you will never. That is going to be always a beneficially part for you. Now, to be frank, I don't know how exactly things move in your country. That's why I wouldn't be able to comment on that part. But generically, what I have observed, or whenever I've spoken to people across the globe, there is a lot of talent crunch, to be frank, if you ask me. So to fill in those people, or the management, think it from a management perspective, who is going to hire you. They observe two things. Are you willing to work? Are you willing to give your 100%? What is your attitude, and what do you already know? So, there would be someone who will see that I am willing to learn, but to prove that, you need to know something first. Doesn't matter if you are not having a technical experience, but what you have already known, or how much things you can handle. So it totally depends on that.
Okay, thank you.
Alex, you had some question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Shoot.
From the perspective of the exam, the CCNP encode is like the CCIE written exam, right?
I believe yes. To be frank,
Yeah,
I'm not
because,
sure. I passed my CCIE in 2017. I haven't been in touch with all the details, but I guess yes. If you are CCNP enterprise certified, you don't need to give CCI written. That's what my understanding says.
Yes. Why is my question? It's because I saw in the last days, Cisco released lab questions, but if the encore is the written, it's like CCIE written exam. So I guess the lab questions are not going to be so in depth like a CCIE lab exam, right?
So if you're asking about the Cisco releasing the lab questions, it is more about demo questions, what they are showing you, what kind of labs that will be, what level of preparation you need to have. That's what I understand. But apart from that, like, are you seeing, or have you heard somewhere where they are actually releasing the questions which are asked in the lab? I really doubt about it.
Yeah. No, yes. I saw in the Cisco page of the exam. So it was actually it was a YouTube video of
don't worry
some
about
channel
that.
that
There are many people minting money out of all these things.
I know. No, I was with that off, so I go to the Cisco page, and no, yeah, they have now lab questions. So that was like weird for me because okay, this is Encore exam, this is the CCIE written exam. So, but maybe I don't know if they have the lab questions. Maybe I are not going to be so in depth. So
no, so to be frank, if you ask me, it is never going to be the dedicated lab questions. Whenever they are talking about actual questions, what they ask in the lab. Yeah, there are practice lab questions which ideally present. That should not be a big deal to be present. but don't expect to have actual questions, whatever are asked in the CCI lab, it will be shown to any of the released on any of the website. At least I am Googling it. I'm not able to find out anything which really says CCI lab question on cisco.com. Practice lab question very much possible.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And even Cisco itself is offering a mock lab for CCI. So that means somewhere the guys are giving a hint, but yeah, there is no 100% guarantee whether you'll get the same questions or the same diagrams during the exam or not.
So mock question is mock is only from the perspective of, to set the expectations on what level of depth will be there, how much lag will be there in the lab. So believe me, when I passed my CCI, we used to even have a same keyboard what they used to keep in the labs, because we used to have a friends. If someone have attempted, they would go and see if it was a Dell keyboard or Logitech keyboard. Why? Because we would get a speed. So it totally depends. These mock are only from practice perspective.
Oh, okay. I am. That's all for me.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone having any kind of questions, any kind of doubts? Feel free to ask. Apologies for whatever this is drawn over here. Not sure.
Yes, Sumit, I think all good. So let's start the sessions from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll convey the timings to all the students and the timings and the starting date. So guys, this is a weekdays batch for CCNP Enterprise, where we are going to deliver Encore as well as NRC. So initially we are going to start with the Encore, and the timing for this batch is 9 p.m. to 10:30 or 11, whatever, depends on the topic to topic.
And again, 9 p.m. is going to be Indian Standard Time. Sometimes it may, it may start at 10, to be frank, considering I have to attend some late night meetings in US time zone. So if I am not free, if somewhere, I am stuck with something.
Yeah, and you guys are getting a pre-intimation for that, guys. If is there any delay or something,
you will be informed if there is any kind of delay, if the lectures are not going to happen, because working Monday to Friday, my day starts at 7 a.m. and I finish my day at probably 12 a.m. every day. So that is reason sometimes, I also need not even a break. I don't prefer to have a break, but because of some meetings or unavoidable circumstances, you are going to have a get a break sometimes. So I just want to set the expectations correctly. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. Let me bring up this one specific slide of what students should do, because I want you guys to prepare, like have this mentality that you need to perform, you need to put your extra efforts. So this is going to be your war practice, and the results of this will be whatever dreams you have. If you are an IT technician, you will be working as a network engineer. If you are a fresher, you'll be starting as a L1 network engineer, or whatever aspirations you are planning to do. I'm just going to be the helping hand with that. And in my lectures, ideally, I never keep it like only stick to topic. We talk about other topics. We talk about any kind of issues that are persisting. I explain whatever, or I basically explain whatever issues we face, how we solve it, how exactly bank environment works, how exactly are the complexities. Again, no technicalities or no dedicated things are explained, but a generic terms.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I believe Gaurav, we are done for now, I guess, and hope to see you all probably whenever we start with the batch.
Sumir, I am just missing one thing. Sorry. Do we have a WhatsApp group, or how are you going to inform us when we are going to have any delay with the batch?
You get an email. So ideally, ideally, till
Even
now,
if we
I have
have a
always
different
made sure.
platform to communicate, guys, don't worry. Even we can create a WhatsApp group also, but we always recommend to have a professional emails from the backend. But yes,
Okay,
we can
okay,
create
okay.
a side by side of one WhatsApp group also, so just for the quick updates.
Okay, so right, no problem.
And ideally, there will not be any last moment intimation. I always make sure if I'm going to be busy, if I know that there are some unavoidable meetings I have to attend or any unavoidable circumstances are appearing, then in that case, at least I am always informing 4 to 5 hours prior, so you can plan your day accordingly.
Okay, classes are Thursday and Friday, right?
9 classes are Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. my time, which is IST. I believe if you are in States, it would be around 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. depending on what time zone you have. I'm hoping you are in the States.
Okay, Monday to Friday. I was confused.
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
Monday. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I guess, Gaurav, we are good to conclude. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining.
Thanks guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.